What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we had some recent photos and a video released of former Unified 3-Belt WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is 28 wins, 1 loss, no draws. He is 33 years of age, 5'9", with a 72-inch arm reach. With that said, Errol Spence Jr. suffered the first loss of his career July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, at the hands of Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Some photos and a video was recently leaked, and Errol Spence has activated his immediate rematch clause. And this photos was leaked to Errol Spence, or video was leaked to Errol Spence, and Errol Spence appeared to be out of shape. Not out of shape for the normal 9-to-5 working man, not out of shape for the normal, person just overall in general, but out of shape for a boxer that's preparing to rectify the first loss of his career, right? And he's seen with his balance off and picking up a puppy. And so it raised a lot of concerns for many people. Some weren't as concerned, some were. I was one of them that was concerned. When I saw the photos, I'm like, I expected Errol Spence not to be in fight night shape, but lean, right? Terrence Crawford dominated that fight. He dropped Errol Spence in the second round, twice in the 7th, and then stopped him in the 9th. It's the first loss of Errol Spence's career, and it was in devastating fashion for many people. I just didn't expect to see that happen to Errol Spence. Just didn't expect it. And so they're going to have a rematch. And it's stated that the rematch is going to take place at 154 junior middleweight pound division. The first fight obviously was at welterweight for undisputed. And so Terrence Crawford stated his dominance. He's now 40 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout, 36 years of age, 5'8", with a 74-inch arm reach. And I've been assured now that that video was possibly old, right? And members from Errol Spence's team said, "Blue, don't worry. Errol is working. He's grinding. He's training. He's focused." And that's great news, because many people are not buying into the rematch because of the way the first fight played out. And when you have video and photos leaked of this, and Errol Spence appears to be out of shape, and then you see photos of Terrence Crawford, and he got a 6-pack and is in shape, and he won the fight, then obviously that's concerning, right? That's concerning and alarming for many people, okay? And many people have already have the mindset that after what they witnessed the first fight, the second fight is not going to be competitive. So why do we even need to see a second fight? That's many people's mindsets. After what we witnessed the first time, what's going to be different? What changes can Errol Spence make? And then you see this video, and Errol Spence appears to have a miniature potbelly. Let's be honest, it looks like a miniature potbelly. And he just looks like he has a lot of water weight, even though he's going to have a 7-pound cushion. And so it's alarming to the casual fans, myself as a hardcore boxing fan, that feel like Errol Spence can make adjustments. I'm not certain that he can win the fight, but he can make adjustments to be at least competitive and the fight play out different. Can it be drastically different, 360 different, where, it's a whole different outcome and he reversed the roles and he possibly stops Terrence Crawford and drops Terrence Crawford. I don't know. That may be a long shot in the dark, but who knows? But to see Errol Spence at most prepared is what's most important to me. Now, I know it's not important to many people, but to me, I've been in and around the sport of boxing for the better part of my life. So I want to see, I know rematches, when you watch fights like this happen, that first fight, and you watch one fighter completely dominate that first fight, 9 times out of 10 in the sport of boxing, even though you have the rematch, it's not much difference. It's not much difference. A lot of confidence is taken out of a fighter. A lot of fight is taken out of a fighter, and they don't present themselves to be the same fighter. Now there is, occasions where, you do have fighters bounce back from being dominated and they come back and they dominate said opponent, right? But even when you look at a fight that I like to point to, it didn't end the same way Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight ended, but you look at Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield first fight. Riddick Bowe dominated that fight. Now, he didn't dominate in the same fashion that Errol Spence was dominated by Terrence Crawford, but Riddick Bowe dominated that first fight against Evander Holyfield, right? And in the second fight, although Riddick Bowe was not focused, because you can get complacent when you're the winner. It's very rare that you see the loser gets complacent unless he just simply has one foot in, one foot out. But you can get complacent when you're the winner, and especially when you win in such dominant fashion, right? And so Riddick Bowe was not committed as he should have been in the second fight. It was said that Riddick Bowe had a refrigerator in his bedroom. Riddick Bowe had gained an enormous amount of weight. There was a lot that took place in between the first fight and the second fight. And Riddick Bowe lost the second fight to Evander Holyfield. But even in Riddick Bowe not being committed and not being focused and locked in like he should have been, like he was the first fight. See, the first fight was his first time going for that title, and it's for undisputed. He was hungry. The second fight, he felt like, I'm just better than him. I don't have to be 1,000% of what I was the first go round. And even in the second fight, he wasn't committed. It still was an extremely close fight. Why? Because Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe had an opportunity to win the second fight. But because styles make fights, and because Evander Holyfield was able to pull away with the victory because Riddick Bowe wasn't committed, right? Nonetheless, it showed that if Riddick Bowe was 1,000% committed, Evander Holyfield didn't stand a chance. And then guess what happened? They fought a third time, and guess what? Riddick Bowe wins the third time and knocks Evander Holyfield out now in the 8th round. Okay? So the second fight, he lost a majority decision, and he was not committed. The first one, he won a unanimous decision, dominated Evander Holyfield. The second fight, he lost a majority decision. Evander Holyfield was super committed, and Riddick Bowe wasn't committed at all. And it still was a majority decision because styles make fights. And in the third fight, he stopped Evander Holyfield in the 8th round, right? And he has one loss on his record, that to Evander Holyfield. He only lost one time in his career. 43 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 33 wins by way of knockout. So styles make fights, and you typically have a situation where the winner has a lapse and gets comfortable, gets too relaxed, gets too comfortable, and gives the loser, when you win in such dominant fashion, the loser has an opportunity to win. In this case, many people, it drew a lot of concern because Terrence Crawford is in the gym with a 6-pack, and he was the winner in dominating fashion. and didn't struggle apparently as much as Errol Spence struggled to make the weight. He wasn't as weight drained. And yet he's more committed, it seems, to the rematch, although there's not a date and there's not a location yet set. But we know there has to be a rematch because they're contractually obligated to fulfill it. So you know the rematch is coming. You just don't have an exact date. It was said that it wanted to be in December, but obviously that's not going to happen, seeing as though the PBC, Premier Box Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, have to find a new home because Showtime has gotten out the business of sport of boxing after 37 years. So that prolonged many things, including this fight. And then it said that it could be in February. Well, even if it's in February, you will want Errol Spence to be as committed to game planning, not losing weight, right? And if he was weight drained, you want to see him as lean as possible so he don't have to cut as much weight to get down to 54, right? Don't allow himself to balloon up past a certain weight. So that way, even at 154, he can be better suited to compete at a higher level of his expectations of what the fans expect of him and what he expects of himself. That's ultimately what it boils down to. So we got to see how it unfolds, but I've been reassured that that was not recent. There's people saying he don't have tattoos, but there's shadows, so it looks like there's tattoos there. You can see the shadows, but you can't really tell. And I've been assured that he's working, he's focused, he's locked in, and it's just a false alarm. Don't be concerned. He's locked in for the rematch. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.